What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This time I'm gonna actually make sense in this intro. We are back with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. There we go. There you go. I'm proud of you. Proud of you, me. Good job. So, obviously, if you're reading this, this is the final part in our, oh, okay. I'm sorry, Ava. This is our final little bit for Metal Gear Delta, which I gotta say, man, I've had a lot of fun with this game. This is a pretty good ending. Again, solid, exactly what Metal Gear Solid 3 was. But still, I gotta hand it to him. I gotta give credit to Konami to make such an interesting remake. I mean, we've been seeing it a lot with Capcom remaking a lot of the earlier Resident Evil games and how they've modernized them, but still able to keep them interesting. Usually, when you say, "Oh, we've modernized a classic," you go, "Uh-oh." But no, I mean I would say the Resident Evil 3 remake I didn't enjoy, but I know some people did, so that's your prerogative. But this being, I wouldn't even really say this is a modernized take on Metal Gear Solid 3. I mean, from a lot of the camera angles, really the control scheme is I would say the only thing that was really updated. But all in all, I think this game was very well done. It was at this point that I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not playing non-lethal anymore. We're past the whole thing with the sorrow and all that. Nah, we can just get into actually shooting people with guns. Mix that with just because trying to get Ava to follow you around, and it just, oh my god, it was a pain in the butt. Sugar-free Gatorade. Delicious. Actually, it's not that bad. If anybody's gonna ask me, AJ, why the hell are you drinking sugar-free Gatorade? Well, my last blood test with my doctor, my blood sugar's been teetering on high, and my doctor's like, yeah, you gotta get that taken care of. So I'm trying to get back on a good diet, cutting back on soda and all that.
Snake, the lake is just over that cliff. Eva should be able to climb it if you help her. Keep her close to you.
Yeah, sugar-free Gatorade, not terrible. Kind of tastes like Kool-Aid. But to be fair, I'm also not a super big fan of Kool-Aid, so Yeah, I really did not like this because I think you get too far away from Ava. She ends up just crouching down, and so you have to almost repeatedly call her and everything. Yeah, this was not a fun section, in my opinion. Though, beats the hell out of trying to get Ashley to follow you in Resident Evil 4. I'm sitting here talking about other remakes. But yeah, getting Eva to follow you, like I said, easier than Resident Evil 4 with Ashley, but still not fun. Come on. Come on, Eva. Oh. Oh, you're right. This section is where I get lost.
I'm so hungry. Food.
Yeah, to get her to eat things, you gotta be, like, right next to her.
Yuck.
Okay, that was just when it just cut to black there. I was about ready to, oh god damn it, did the recording just completely F up? I look, if what I said about controlling Eva is any testament to what I think about this section of the game, yeah, I was not a fan of this section of the game. I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I wish this section was cut out, but just after we cleared that first little gap there, or what that little cliff, nah, just let this part of the game end. Just no, let's just get to the next boss fight, because I actually really like the next boss fight. There we go. Yeah, I never really understood why
You can treat Eva's wound.
the bird. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Why you would want to carry around live animals? I get it; they don't spoil. You know, I understand the concept that they were going for, and in the original game too. That, you know, like they won't, the meat won't spoil and everything, so you can carry it around and you don't have to worry about that. But if you really think about it, where is he carrying around a cage with a live pigeon? I don't know, they're like crows or whatever, but still. And then you gotta kill it and eat it like raw. And I don't know. I think the whole thing, it just becomes too much work. I get it. Survival situation, still think it's too much work.
Pretty tasty.
Here you go, Eva. Eat this live bird.
I'm so hungry. Come on, Snake. We made it.
We made it.
Over there. It's the boss, isn't it? I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Am I the only one who thinks that plane just doesn't look right?
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay?
I don't know. I just feel like that plane is too much like a jet.
Promise me.
God damn, that was a sick transition. You see, he's by that lake, then into this white field of flowers, sets up for the great ending boss fight with the boss. I
Life's end.
fucking love that shit.
Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic.
This scene is just
When life
outstanding.
ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma.
Also, the music as he's walking out of the lake, very subtle, but just so beautiful.
I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times, the flow of the ages, and we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today, just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll.
Yeah, and that's why he's sterile as well.
That's part of the
Interesting
reason I'm
parallels.
drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. We'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future.
I had to scratch my brain for a second going, wait a minute, how
In
did
1960,
Snake die? Yeah, she's right. Well, no, he was pretty old, but he died not peacefully.
3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data. So they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century,
While I
everyone will be
do
able to see that we are all
appreciate
just inhabitants of a little
Kojima's
celestial
anti-war
body called
messaging,
Earth.
heavy-handed as it is,
A world without communism or
a
capitalism.
lot.
That is the world I wanted to see.
So, World of Anarchy.
But reality continued to
Like I
betray
said,
me.
yes, he's heavy-handed, and I like his stance on anti-war and his
In
thoughts on future
1961,
war and
I was
everything.
sent to
It's
to Bahia de Cuchillos.
very fascinating. But this whole, I see the world as a world without borders and this and that, you know,
Under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country.
it is a
But the US government
utopic
betrayed them.
and
Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the
I'm trying to think
exiles were annihilated by the
of a
Cuban
kind
army.
way to say this.
All I
It is a
could do was
utopic
watch in silence.
and
I was set up
just
by the
not
very country I
short-sighted.
sacrificed
It
so
just-
much for. By the very government
means
I
well,
dedicated my life to defending.
but it takes out the concept. It takes out
I
the
was
entirety
driven
of
from the
human
surface
nature
world, and I went underground.
to think, oh well, if we all could just live in
Then,
peace and we
2
could all
years
just
ago,
do this
I
and
faced
this,
the sorrow.
yeah. But
My old
again,
comrade in battle.
it won't work. Long and short of it, I
He was
don't know.
my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers. Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wise Men's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wise Men's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers.
I love her outfit so much.
This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country.
You know, I get it. She had a cesarean on the battlefield and everything, but you shouldn't need to cut
No hatred, not even
below the
regret.
collarbone, like
And
to
sometimes at night, I can still feel the pain creeping up
perform.
inside me,
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
slithering through my
you'd
body
want a more
like a
straight
snake.
cut, and also, like I said, you wouldn't start up near the collarbone. I'm
I've never talked this much.
just saying.
before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me.
But as I was saying, I love her outfit. How it kind of has that.
Feel content. Snake.
It very much looks like her, like a prototype of what would eventually become Snake's, what would become Snake's famous sneaking suit.
I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, MiGs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Boss.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me. I come.
Okay, so I can't remember exactly when it's revealed, if it already has been or will be. Also, the red flowers as you take damages, it's really cool. Again, symbolism. But again, I love all of this. You know, putting them on a time under time pressure, having the whole putting them under pressure of having MiGs coming, blowing everything up. Her telling him all this the stuff about her history. She's trying to manipulate him using as many techniques as possible to get him to kill her. Which, I mean, frankly, is the whole... Which is exactly what the boss wants. She wants him to kill him. Not only because I think she's just kind of done with everything, but again, as we know, this was actually her mission by the U.S. government, was to pretend to turn traitor and end up being killed in Operation Snake Eater. It's why what we see at the very end of the game, and we'll talk about it more when we get to those ending scenes. Yes, I do see that snake curled up in that tree. God damn it, this is just such a good-looking scene. Yeah, this boss fight is kind of... I like this boss fight. How there's moments of quiet stealth into moments of just where it turns into a third-person shooter where there's just a lot of action like that, and then there's these stealth moments. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a clean shot at her. She'll also take moments where she'll charge you when she figures out where you are, and you can end up fighting her in CQC. I mean, like she'll catch you. She'll actually like disassemble your gun and throw the gun and the ammo away, and you have to pick them back up, and it's pretty cool. You can also you can get away with it by unequipping weapons, by oh, like right here, you're gonna see her. Yeah, she takes the pistol and throws away all the parts. That's really cool. But you can have her throw away the porno magazine by having that as your active weapon. She'll take it and to throw it, and she'll look at it and go, ew. My personal favorite way to do this fight is I like to fight her with the at long range using the Nagant. Personally, that's my way of liking to do it. There you go. Now you're not taking away my weapon. I still wish they would have added a sprint. Not only is it a really cool visual, but also the fact that the boss's outfit is very much white dominant, and plus her very light blonde hair makes her very hard to see sometimes. Okay, I call bullshit. I think that shot hit. Yeah, that one was a big whiff.
Here I come.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to land the... I'm not sure how you can win in CQC against her. I think it's just timing of when you hit the button. If I'm right or wrong there, let me know. There we go. Keep her away. Don't let her disassemble my rifle.
Get ready. Here I come. 5 minutes.
Gotcha. Keep punching. Yeah. Just suddenly, you just start hearing Snake Eater playing in the background. I don't even need the lyrics to Snake Eater. Just the horn section and everything in the background is so nice to listen to.
Take this. Keep it safe. It's our only hope.
A Patriot? Why are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake. You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it. There's only room for one boss and one Snake.
There you go. I can't remember. I think you actually had to pull the trigger on that. Otherwise, you just sit there. And then all the flowers turn red. Thank you, horse. Well, what the fuck? Don't remember that.
Ready to go, Snake?
Seriously, though, is this a real plane? If anybody did... Let me know. Is this like an actual fucking plane?
Yeah.
Symbolism.
I told you you could trust me.
Yeah, you know, we end our whole thing with our former trainer, and we have this whole heartfelt moment where, you know, he's doing the John Wick thing, dropping all of his gun belts, and oh, that's right, we still have Ocelot. I forgot he's still a problem. I understand this confrontation with him and Ocelot, and I really enjoyed this confrontation with him and Ocelot. I just still feel like, should it have been before his showdown with the boss? Because I feel like it... I don't know. I just feel this showdown, I feel like, takes away from the emotional scene with the boss. I'm not a fan of it. Let me rephrase. I'm not a fan of the sequencing. I don't hate this moment with Ocelot. It's just, I don't know. I think you could have reworked it and put this confrontation before the boss. This is me.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Not good!
I picked up a few new moves. Huh. It doesn't feel right to shoot an unarmed man. But I'll get over it.
Eva!
What do you say to one last showdown?
Yeah, all right.
Is that bullet the right round for? Because because that was the that was a Makarov round that didn't cycle. That was a Makarov round that didn't cycle back in, back when they first met. So, I mean, what these are Colt Single Action Army, aren't they? So yeah, it's not the right bullet.
What's your name?
Snake.
No, not that name. You're not a snake, and I'm not an ocelot. We're men with names. My name is Adamska. What's yours?
John.
Very
It's
well.
not.
John.
It's Jack. Pretty sure it's Jack.
Plain name. But I won't forget it. Come on!
I actually like how they give you the option of picking one of the guns. Oh, poor Snake. He's taller than you. Oh, gosh. And you look like a bitch. Keep pulling the trigger. Yeah, it's like, by this point I'm like, I didn't have the bullet.
It's a blank. Oh, that was fun.
I love he's doing that just to fuck with him. And now he just does something really crazy.
Till we meet again.
I love Ocelot. But wait. So he's dead, right? Like, there's no way he survived that.
Snake!
He also has to swim in full, like in a full military uniform, and that's gotta really not be comfortable.
Come on, pull up!
I can't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not mentioned in this whole thing, but yeah, him being a Damska, he is the boss's biological son. He was the baby born on that battlefield.
We made it.
Yeah, we sure did.
Oh no, Mix! There's no way out! What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now. Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on. Locked on target. I got tone.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
Ooh.
Oak 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Oak 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base.
Comrade.
Oak 19, do you copy?
Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Look! The MiGs are turning back! Woo!
Yeah, thanks, Major. I was about to get it in.
Snake.
The MiG's disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Was this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
but you saved this country.
Does Snake with a glass of wine just not seem right to anyone else?
And I still owe you a dinner.
It just... full fatigues,
Is that part of your mission too?
and then just glass of wine. I don't know. It just feels too dainty. I mean, again, I've said this before. This is very Bond coded. You know, she's the Snake Eater song. The idea for Snake's character, this relationship with Eva, is very much James Bond.
I don't take orders from anyone now.
But James Bond was, the suave, secret agent. Yeah, this is more. I don't want to say this is more like realistic version of covert ops. Where he's more of a soldier than he is a quote unquote spy. But so that wine is gonna stain. What was I talking about? Oh, right, yeah, just, I don't know, there's something about him with a glass of red wine while still in fatigue. It just is weird to me. I don't know. Should have been whiskey. He's just gonna take it to go away. Wait, was that a panther? I thought that was a bearskin rug earlier. Uh-oh. Snake. She used you.
The first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden.
I don't think that is actually what historians would say, but okay.
Got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, Snake.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all,
I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The two NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgan, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy. And also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liandon easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting...
Does anyone feel this is a bit too... Look, I know, I'm not one to complain about exposition dumps, but I feel...
So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgan couldn't tell the difference.
For as much as I wish that sometimes
She knew right from the beginning.
Kojima was a touch more straightforward with his narratives,
She was at one of the philosophers'
this feels a little
instructor.
too straightforward.
Boss was the only one I couldn't fool.
I don't hate it.
She was
It's
the only
just...
one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it.
I also feel like this game had... It was one of those like, ooh, everyone's a double agent. But I'm like... I feel that it's a bit too...
She chose me to tell
Just like, come on, really, everyone's a double agent? But it's actually,
saved my life.
I think, done very well.
I've lied
So,
to you so many times, but not this time.
especially for a game in this franchise where it is very much a just never trust
And
anybody.
to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you.
I mean, frankly, we had a huge hint that she was with the Chinese at the very beginning of the game, or right when we meet her, when she had the
But I can't do
Chinese model of the Mauser.
it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live. Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country.
There we go. This is where that's revealed. I'm like, I could have sworn this gets revealed. I just couldn't remember when exactly.
Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss.
I sometimes feel that that's we're just really not getting creative with names. Hey, really? You know, you're better than the boss.
Are a true
Therefore, Big Boss. And then you see Snake's, he doesn't... because he sticks around and continues to work with the U.S. for a while. I'm trying to remember exactly when he splits off. But, you know, he's beginning to really have some doubts about the country. Like, he doesn't hate the United States, but he does definitely have some issues with the way that this all went down. If I remember correctly, that was the head of the CIA.
We could use an infiltration unit like Fox in the Army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the U.S. government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the U.S. government provide...
Well, maybe you shouldn't have given him nuclear warheads.
Steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive. And she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill.
So yeah, like I said, you see him kind of hesitant to shake the president's hand, ignore the head of the CIA. You know, you start seeing him have a lot of questions about the government. You know, he doesn't. I don't think at this point he fully hates the government, but he hasn't. He isn't ready to go full mercenary and form. Oh my God, I always forget what the name of his paramilitary organization was in Peace Walker. Was it Les Frontières Terribles? Something like that. Something French.
And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end.
Yeah, at least she got a gravestone in Arlington.
But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth.
Kind of, you know.
She wanted to live on. In your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
God damn it, I love this. Fucking love this scene. It's so good. Ava's monologue is really good, but then just the salute at the boss's grave, I fucking love it. So October 15th, Khrushchev is ousted from power. Brezhnev becomes first secretary of the Communist Party. China conducts first successful nuclear test in some desert. SIGINT joins ARPA. U.S. government conducts a study on emergency medical treatment. EMT system Ava disappears in trace of Hanoi. Paramedic establishes... God, this is going too fast. Zero disbands FOX. The United States accumulates the remainder of the legacy of the philosophers and renames it the Patriots. And Big Boss and him establish... Foxhound. And then 1972, the Les Enfants Terribles projects is brought about, where his genetic code is used to create Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, and Solidus Snake. Yeah, that's what Les Enfants Terribles. What is... God damn it, what was his paramilitary organization? It was something else French. I can't remember off the top of my head. God damn, man, this game was good. This was a really, really good remake. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me, watching this all the way through. As always, backup channel down in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I mean, what else do I have to say about this game that I haven't already said? This game was amazing in its original form, but I'm really glad they brought this to modern hardware, pumped up the visuals and everything, and given people like me who never really got a chance or kind of missed it the first time around, probably a little on the younger side, but giving people like me a chance to play this again in their adulthood. And it was astounding. So I gotta say, this is a very well done remake. I hope you guys had fun with it. As for what we have coming up on the channel, I don't really have any plans right now. There really wasn't much going on here in February, and right now March isn't looking much. I think the only thing I might do in March is play Monster Hunter Stories 3, but beyond that, I really don't have any plans. So, we're just going to keep on keeping on here on the channel. So, yeah, that's really all I've got for you guys. So one last time, backup channel in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. But for the last time in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, I'm out.
Yes, Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed. Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday. Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam. Of course, I am always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.